Mike is shivering. He's got advanced hypothermia when one of the symptoms is hair loss. And so we're taking this time out to make our base camp and also use this opportunity to show a skill. We're going to treat Mike for hypothermia. We're going to take his sleeping bag, which is goose down in Maine. Don't use goose down because it's useless when it gets wet, but it's not wet right now, so we're going to use it. Hypothermia is lowering of the core temperature. It's a polite way of saying freezing to death. In real life, he wouldn't be shivering. When the shivering stops, that's when you worry. Remember the umbles: mumble, fumble, stumble, grumble. They get kind of combative. So slip yourself into this nice, comfortable banana skin, will you? Okay, so once he's in there, and we're out in the field, we're miles away from anything. We have people putting him in his sleeping bag. He may have to be wrestled into his sleeping bag because of his combativeness. We're going to set up our tarp taco. So I'm going to orient one corner towards the camera. Kind of flail these other corners out. If you ever worked at a fast food chain to get yourself through karate training as a teenager, you know how to make a tarp taco because we're basically going to wrap them up like a burger. Okay, Mike is going to hop gingerly into position. We're going to lower him gently down, wrapping him as tightly as we can in his sleeping bag. Now, in real life, we're putting all kinds of padding between him and the ground because of conduction. So all of your iso mats, even your tents without their poles, folded, and everything we can to create loft between the earth and Mike's body. Okay, we're going to first wrap his feet. Make sure these creases are nice and tight. Hold that in. In his body, you want to get a new camera angle. Go ahead and bring that camera up and over so we can. Is there a drawstring on this? Oh yeah. Gonna zip that drawstring on his mummy hood. Okay, continuing with our tarp taco. We want him to breathe. Well, we probably don't because he ruined our survival trip by getting hypothermia, but for most people we want him to breathe. And so there's our tarp taco crash course before we set up this tarp for actual emergency shelter as our base camp and head out to do our primitive skills survival trip. Tarp taco.